ABA Marketing Group was registered in 2013 in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. ABA Marketing Group is an entity which operates on the global market by investing valuable funds to securities, real estate, and business. ABA's approach is based on collective investments when small capitals summarize to a larger one to receive large dividends. Company's scope: assets management, assets handover to other investment companies, direct investments, financial and business consulting, data traffic and mobile technologies, coaching. ABA Marketing Group has diversification as a principle. Customers' funds are invested in a wide variety of financial instruments. Not more than 2% of the total funds are invested in one direction. This way of distribution helps to avoid losses in case of a recession in some sectors of the economy. When one direction stands still, the other one goes up. This principle determines the constant profit of the company. Large parts of our customers' funds are invested into following financial instruments: shares of leading companies in the global stock market, including the so-called blue chips, structural deposits, indices, raw materials, precious metals, stocks of international funds, highly liquid financial instruments with a quick sale. Some part of funds goes to business projects. These are direct investments against bank guarantees. Fair part of funds goes to mobile technologies. This fast-moving direction brings our clients hundreds of % increase in profits for the entire year. We also invest to companies that issue microloans. St. Kitts and Nevis is a democratic state based on the British parliamentary system. Official leader is the Queen of England, who is represented by the Governor. Optimized taxation is the most attractive part of this structure. There is no income tax in St. Kitts and Nevis, which means that our company has an opportunity to pay really high dividends. ABA Marketing conforms to St. Kitts and Nevis legislation, which is based on English common law, and is subordinate to the Clerical Office of the High Court of London. It means that any legal rulings would be followed in most countries in the world. This allows ABA Marketing to provide a smooth operating in any country where the company has investment and business interests. Compared with Switzerland, for example, there is no agreement with other countries on the exchange of information about companies' clients in St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis has a stable political environment. There is no taxation and strong legislation. This jurisdiction is actively developing in terms of registration of companies, corporations and financial business. Returning to the topic of investment, we would admit that initially we had an idea to post directly to each account where exactly investments would go. But our legal department, as well as investment department, didn't approve this idea. First, because our competitors would copy us. Second, because the privacy of some of our direct investments would be violated. Third reason is purely technical. Since the investment portfolio is constantly changing, so long as you collect all the information about all investments, it will already have time to change again and will no longer be relevant. So we decided to post information that doesn't change so often and dramatically. This is the amount of all cash in the percentage allocated to a specific direction and type of investment. I will give you the last information received from the investment department. Only 21% of all funds goes to stock markets. We should admit that this number goes down because our company always discovers new opportunities for investments which are more profitable and less risky, such as government securities, more than 7%. Energy sector, more than 15%. Commodity sector, less than 14%. Physical precious metals, more than 16%. Essential goods, almost 2%. Seasonal retail items, more than 1%. We also invest to international financial companies which work with financial consulting, almost 5%. Futures, more than 9%. Options, more than 6%. ETF funds, 10%. Other derivatives, more than 12%. Direct investments form 56% of all companies' investment portfolio. This sector will grow by many reasons. Nowadays stock market depends mostly on political decisions rather than real financial situations. That makes it difficult to predict. On the other hand, there are many short-term investment opportunities which are even less risky because it's guaranteed. Right now, we invest to mobile technologies, more than 45%. Innovative projects, more than 31%. Technology sector, more than 8%. Industry, more than 3%. Telecommunications, more than 6%. Public health service, more than 5%. 21% of total investments are debt investments. ABA does not issue microloans, but it lends money to other companies that provide microloans. Since all loans are issued on bail, we call these investments almost risk-free. If we look more specifically, there are loans secured by real estate, more than 4%, loans secured by movable property, more than 9%, and loans secured by business, more than 7%. Foreign exchange investments takes 2%. This figure, like others, is constantly changing. Closer to the holidays, this one is constantly increasing. Euro, 1.1%. Dollars, 0.7%. Swiss francs, 0.2%. ABA's guarantees. 1. ABA Marketing Group was registered in 2013 in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is a democratic state based on the British parliamentary system. Official leader is the Queen of England, who is represented by the Governor. 2. ABA Marketing conforms to St. Kitts and Nevis legislation, which is based on English common law and is subordinate to the Clerical Office of the High Court of London. It means that any legal rulings would be followed in most countries in the world. This allows ABA Marketing to provide a smooth operating in any country where the company has investment and business interests. 3. Guarantees of a full return on assets. In the contract that the company signs with the client, there is clause 8.1.5, which says, ABA Marketing Group Incorporated guarantees the return of all assets transferred to use. 4. Authorized capital of the company is $50 million. 5. 100% diversification. Not more than 1 to 2% of the total funds are invested in one direction. 6. Liquidity. That means funds are always available. Liquidity is extremely high and is provided by the 24/7 online banking system. Full management of your personal account at any time. The 24/7 online banking system provides 3 possibilities: transfer funds within the system from one account to another, any amount without restrictions, transfer funds to a bank card, transfer funds to your personal account in any external bank. 7. And the last but not the least are personal guarantees. Gennady Dolia is referred as the contractor in every contract. He is a co-owner of the company, and at the same time, marketing director. He is a public figure. Any client can meet him personally, ask all questions and get answers.